caravan servicing. This is controversial in a way. We're going to have a look through some of the caravans that we've got here. Got some motorhomes, so we'll have a look at motorhomes. And this is relevant for caravans and motorhomes. It doesn't really matter, and it's around servicing. So a very, very, very important part of your sort of caravan and motorhome lifestyle is actually servicing your goods. So whether it's servicing your caravan or servicing your motorhome. And what I would say is probably controversial, but there's going to be reasons to why I'm saying it. This is nice little fixed single beds, this one. Coachman VIP 565 2017. It's 17,995, so a really nice layout. Have a look in the washroom at the back. So we'll go on a tour through some different layouts, and we're going to have a look at some of the new motorhomes as well that we've got in, because we've got a couple of new ones in, hopefully. You'll have seen them on Friday, but if you missed Friday's video, you'll have to see everything now as well, hopefully. But it's a really, really important thing is having your caravan or motorhome service. Obviously on a motorhome, there's different things, so we'll cover that a little bit more when we get over to the motorhomes. But on the caravan, it's sort of checking all of your chassis, all of your internal bits and pieces, so all of your gas system, making sure that's safe, your electric system, your water system, making sure there's no leaks. Damp check is a really big one, and this is why it's controversial. If your caravan is fairly new, this is the new 2025. It's not a brand new van, it's just new into us. We had two of these, we've now got one. This one hasn't got the aircon. We could have done with the aircon today, couldn't we? It's all right if you've got air. So I suppose is that your biggest caravan?
Yeah.
You want aircon?
Yeah, definitely.
So,
because it just gets so hot.
It does. It gets unbearable this time of year. So the problem with the heat in the caravan is if you have your caravan serviced now and sort of have all your damp check done, if you've got a slight leak somewhere and a leak that's just started, because of all this extra hot weather that we've had, it's potentially not going to actually pick the leak up. So it's not a great time to actually have your caravan serviced. Now that comes with sort of issues, because obviously if you've got a newer caravan like this 2025, you have to have this caravan serviced within 30 days of purchase either side. There is a little bit of leeway past or before, but if you work on 30 days either side of your purchase date, you have to have the newer caravan serviced within that date range to keep your warranty upheld. So this time of year, if you've bought a brand new caravan and it was registered this time of year, it's sort of a bit pointless to a degree, because your damp check isn't really doing a full sort of find of issues. So this is why, if your caravan isn't within warranty, I would recommend start of the season, January, February, March, or even November, because again we've got into the worst weather then. So if we do find that we've got issues with the caravan, with leaks or anything like that, it can get sorted sooner rather than later. Whereas something developing now this time of year, or if it developed over the winter, we have our service done now and it might have dried out, and that's the issue then again with buying caravans this time of year. The ones that have got slight little leaks we might not find, so it's a difficult one. But again, sometimes with the newer caravans you've got to have that service done at 30 days before or 30 days after the original purchase date, so the date of registration on your CRIS document. Have you looked in the washroom on this one?
What? Like me, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm supposing that you've been and looked through these, because you've already done videos, haven't you, on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram. Nice this is. So I say, we did have two of these, and I think it might have been this one that was registered in about August. So again, the servicing dates have to be 30 days before or 30 days after. So it's a bit, if you've got a newer van, it's difficult, but there is something that you can do. So as we go round, we will have a look at your options if you have got your sort of newer caravan that's under warranty, and I think actually this is what they should do. This should be the industry standard, is what I'm going to come on to as we go through some of these vans, as I say. So a nice 6 berth 2015, double bed at the front, side bunk bed, and then so that makes into a sort of single bunk bed that folds up, and then you've got fixed bunk beds, and then you've got the nice washroom at the back as well. So a good washroom. 12,995 this one, a really good family van. Again, family vans have picked up a bit this year. So yeah, a good van. The other thing, most of sort of the rest of the service is perfectly fine. It doesn't really matter what time of year that you have it done. The brakes aren't really going to be any different to what they are in the winter. Your openings, your doors and locks and things like that, and your water system, your waste system, it's not going to really make any difference. But the big issue is the damp checks. We do sort of, it just, to me, it doesn't make sense if you've got a newer caravan, it's under the warranty, having a damp check done this time of year, especially on that newer stuff, can potentially be that we've got a bit of a leak. It's dried out now when we have it serviced, and then over the winter it gets a little bit worse again, because it's now leaking a little bit worse than it was last year. But again, it's now going to be another 12 months until we find it, and it actually might be that we don't have a fantastic summer next year, we have more rain, the leak becomes worse. So it's difficult, and that is then where there's things that you can do yourself. So it is good to have a little damp check yourself. On a lot of the caravans, it can be a visual check. So obviously if you're using the caravan, keeping an eye, the amount of caravans that we go out to and we'll sort of do a damp check, and there'll be something that is sort of obvious, but it was in a cupboard or underneath one of the seats, and then the customer says, "Well, I can see it now that you've pointed it out to me, but I'd just never seen it myself because I wasn't looking." Look, have a look, see for yourself, go through the cupboards, making sure, looking for any visual signs of any issues. Nice van, this one, 2023. It's the Sprite Alpine 4. We've got another one of these coming in. This is one of these caravans that's been breeding. So we've got a 22 special edition, and then tomorrow, which is actually, so today is Thursday, isn't it? So the video comes out Sunday, but tomorrow is Friday. So by Sunday, the other little Alpine 4 will be in. Was that confusing?
Yeah.
So yeah, I like to confuse things. Little unicorn, so 8,995. Nice sort of starter van, a really good starter van. 9 grand, a bit heavier, so 1565. A really sort of versatile front seating. You've got your French bed, and then you've got your washroom at the back. So still a really good sort of step into the fixed bed models. Not everybody has got sort of 15-20 grand to go and have an island bed and what have you. These still work really well. The thing that you've got to sort of think about is, if you are getting a bit older and you don't like to climb over your partner anymore, this probably isn't the layout for you. If you do still like climbing over your partner, then this is the layout for you. It still works really well. So it's yeah, it can be a very fun layout, that one. Got a motor mover as well. Yeah, nice tidy van. The Major 4 EB, so again the island bed at the back, and again this is 22, so typically it is 22, yeah. So typically the manufacturer's warranty, they give you sort of 3 years parts and labour warranty, which actually after the first, I don't know why I drive plates out of this one. After the first 12 months, the manufacturer's warranty becomes less and less and less on sort of parts and what's actually covered. So really they should turn around and say you've got 12 months proper warranty that covers everything, and then second and third that covers some bits, and then obviously your water ingress warranty. So there's normally, some manufacturers do a 10-year or an upgradable to 10-year water ingress warranty, or a 6-year, and again if you're buying a newer Caravan that's got manufacturer's warranty, it's always going to be 6 years for the second owner. I believe that's right for every manufacturer. I need to double check for Bailey actually whether that is correct, but 22, so this is now 4 years old, so in theory there's 2 years of manufacturer's warranty, so it still needs, even if you're buying this second hand, it still needs to have its sort of AWS service to keep your warranty in date. That service has to be done within 30 days before or 30 days after the original purchase date, not when you've purchased this second hand, the original registration date that it was registered with Chris, and that will keep your warranty up. Also on the newer vans, if you've got the warranty on there, you then have to register, make sure the Caravan is registered with Chris, and then you have to register with the manufacturer as well. So it's normally in the handbook or on the manufacturer's website. You send off with the information, send off about £50. It might be more than that, it might be less than that, but roughly, and then that will change the Caravan into your name with the manufacturer, and then you can get that warranty transferred as long as all of those services that needed to be done have been done at the correct date. If you buy a newer Caravan and it's got manufacturer's warranty, but the date of the service was out, it was either too early or too late of the original registration date, the warranty might not be upheld. So something to double check. But that's why it's so important on the newer ones to make sure, even if it's now, and I'm sort of saying it's not a waste of money to have your Caravan serviced now, but it might just bring you extra costs, which is what I'm going to come to. 2022 Swift Archway Sport Hartwell, 1300 kilos. So this is like the Alpine 4 but special edition, so you've got different upholsteries, different little extra bits and pieces. So I think this has got a solar panel. Do you know how I know? You made some little signs, didn't you? So we've got some little solar panel signs for the windows.
You showed them outside.
Yeah. How long did it take you to cut those out?
An hour.
Oh dear. She only made 2. Don't know what it took so long.
Times that by
20.
No, 12.
So yeah, solar panel on this one, so we've tried to make it easy when you're going around looking at Caravans now. We've got little solar panel signs in there. Saves me as well trying to look through cupboards and go, oh yeah, it has, it's got a solar panel fitted on this one. So a really nice one, again, 17495, lightweight, good for electric cars. Now we've got some motorhomes, and actually there's 2 of the motorhomes that I've not properly looked in. So again, with your motorhomes, there's different aspects of the servicing. Look at this, 2019 Roller Team Pegaso, 52995. Let's have a look inside of this now.
And
obviously,
my new window signs.
oh yeah, that was your creation as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been keeping Isabel busy. Not only has she been doing all of the videos and sort of TikTok, Facebook and all of that, we've been doing some new different signs and stuff, haven't we? This is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I did a video on this.
This is really nice. Have you put that on Facebook or?
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts.
So it's on everything. So again, don't forget to go and look on those channels. They'll be in the description, links for those, won't they?
Yeah, I do little pop-ups on the screen.
So yeah, you can go and look at those, and then all the new stuff that might not get onto the videos will be on our other channels, because Isabel will try and get them onto there. So obviously you still have to have your habitation service done on a motorhome, but then you also have got to have the engine side of things done. So just another aspect to things. So if you're buying a motorhome, obviously you've got your habitation service, your engine service, you've got your MOT, and then obviously all your tax and MOT, which we don't have to do on the Caravan. So obviously you need to do that with your tow car. So in theory it's the same, isn't it? I suppose if you've got to do it to your tow car and your Caravan, whereas your motorhome you're doing it all together. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Manual on this, so Fiat 6-speed manual. We've got air conditioning, we've got the drop down bed that comes up down here, we've got 4 travelling seat belts, we've got a nice big lounge at the back. I like this.
Yeah.
So this is the A-class, and yeah, a nice big roomy one. This is the same fridge as I've got in my lorry.
Oh.
That's the same fridge. So yeah, good little fridge they are. does struggle to keep things really cold in the bottom because it's such a big fridge, and obviously with the extra heat, run your fridge on gas at this time of year. It will make the fridge cool down a bit better. And then we did a little video on fitting fans as well, so see whether Isabel can find that video and put it as a little pop-up link. So nice little washroom as well, so that's just come in. We've still got our big beast next door. Yeah, I like the look of that, big awning on the side as well. So yeah, nice, nice. That is, I don't know how long, 6 odd metres is that? 7.4 metres would it be? 745 possibly. So this is the Auto Trail Comanche, so this is bigger, heavier. Was that under 3.5 tonne? I've missed half the information here. So we need to double check our signage. We need to double check them. Probably. Wait a minute. So on this one we've got our spec sheet, which again still doesn't. Yeah, it should have our weights on this one, but this is 5,250, 7,000 miles, automatic. He will be doing a little spec sheet for the Pegaso, but that literally, to be fair, has only just come in. But this is humongous, 68,995. This is just another level, isn't it? This is massive. Automatic aircon, the big island bed at the back, big washroom in the middle, the huge fridge freezer in this one. But as I say, this is 5,250. So you do, it's not just a 3.5 tonne vehicle, you do need the bigger licence on this to be able to tow it. Extractor fan in the top, nice big seating. It is just 2 berths, this is, you can't believe how big it is for a 2 berth, can you?
Really?
Massive, yeah, no travelling seat belts. You could sleep 4 people, but they would have to travel down in the car separately.
What are they then, if they're not travelling seat belts?
Foot a dog.
Oh.
Dog belts, yeah.
Oh,
Dog belts. So yeah.
So realistically it can be a 4-berth because we have 2 dogs.
Yeah, true, very true. We're going to miss out the other 2 because we'll look at those on Friday's video. Look at this, a little auto sleeper executive, a little classic. So again, this is only just come in, 10,995, 95 is it, an M-Reg. So there's going to be bits and bobs on it. It's not absolutely immaculate, but it's a good little, everyone sort of went crazy for these one sort of monocoque chassis or tubs on these, so a lot better for the leaks, etc. But again, very retro then as you come inside a bit. It's on the old Peugeot. I think it's done 60,000 miles, so decent mileage. But yeah, proper sort of old school auto sleeper, and everyone went crazy for this body on these. Nice little washroom. So it's more of the older combined shower and toilet, and again all in sort of decent condition. It's shown its age a little bit, but again, what a great little sort of motorhome for 10,995. And again, if you've always wanted one of the sort of one-piece body shells like this, this is a little cracker. So again, even on the older ones, really important, doesn't really matter what age caravan is, just if your caravan is getting older, you've not, or your motorhome is getting older, it doesn't mean that you sort of stop servicing it. It still is recommended, have it serviced every year. There's no laws, there's nothing to say you've got to have it done, but it is just recommending. Again, it's good for yourself to know that all your gas system, your water system, everything is doing what it should be doing, and it's actually safe. So hopefully you've enjoyed this week's video. On Fridays, if you missed that, that's hopefully popping up. We'll have just had a good look through the stock and been talking about the market in general, how things have gone, how things have sort of flipped a little bit from motorhomes being absolutely crazy, caravans being quieter, and it's flipped it completely on its head. So we'll talk more on that. So if you missed it on Friday's video, that was on that one, and hopefully that would have been popped up a minute ago. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching on Mark at the Caravan Place, and we'll see you then.